Greetings, dear viewers. My name is Luc Tessier, and this is A Form of Sound Words. Before we begin today, I encourage you all to watch this video by my friend and fellow YouTuber, Matt Christensen. He and I have essentially covered the same subject matter this week, a particular lie that our Western societies have accepted. Now, we live in a world full of lies. The news of the last few weeks here in Canada really illustrates this, and it's left me wondering, how long? How long before the truth, before reality asserts itself? Because like it or not, sooner or later, reality always asserts itself. That's the thing about lies. They are fundamentally untrue, which means eventually, no matter how seductive or profitable the lie is, the truth becomes impossible to ignore and asserts itself. I'm sure I mentioned this quote in a past devotional. It's from a television series called Chernobyl, a miniseries that summarized the events leading to the nuclear meltdown at the Chernobyl power plant, as well as the literal fallout of that terrible tragedy. The main character in that miniseries, Valery Legasov, pointed out the true cause of the Chernobyl incident: lies. Legasov warned his Soviet comrades at the end of his life, and interestingly enough, at the end of the Soviet Union's life, that every lie we tell incurs a debt to the truth. Sooner or later, that debt is paid. Last week, in Tumbler Ridge, British Columbia, Canada, we had a rare mass shooting, a school shooting. 8 souls were murdered and 25 were injured. The shooter was called a gun person, not a gunman, a gun person. I knew exactly what that meant. Everyone knew what that meant. The news media did its best to protect and continue presenting the lie as the truth. But more and more, people are realizing, wait, this is folly. This isn't good. This isn't the truth. Just a few days ago, the media informed us that a shooter in Rhode Island committed a mass shooting. The victims were the suspect's ex-wife and son. Now, did you notice the absence of pronouns in that information? The suspect's ex-wife and son, not his ex-wife and his son. Why? Well, you know why. This is the suspect. Robert Dorgan. He murdered his family before turning the gun on himself. But no, don't even think it. Don't you even dare remember that Charlie Kirk was murdered by a young man who indulged in transgenderism. Don't you dare remember Covenant School, the Christian school that was attacked by, you guessed it, one of those gun persons. Aiden Hale, no, Audrey Hale, who murdered 6 people in that school before the police shot her dead. Slowly but surely, the debt to the truth is being paid. But oh, dear viewers, the debt is huge. Transgenderism is a big lie. It's an obvious lie, which is why it's the first to be crumbling under its own weight. But there is so much more. Think of the infanticide, the murder of infants that is being called women's health care. This from a group that struggles to define what a woman actually is. Consider how moderate drug use is being presented today as no worse than drinking a little alcohol. Loosen up already. Just ignore the mounting scientific and medical research linking a dramatic increase in mental disorders like schizophrenia with the increase in marijuana use. And then consider democratic socialism, and how today it's being presented as the only hope of equality and prosperity in our world. Ignore the myriad of examples where socialism has brought nothing but ruin and misery, Venezuela being the most recent example, and just accept that those examples are just examples of socialism not being done right. Oh, dear viewers, G.K. Chesterton wisely said, "When men choose not to believe in God, they do not thereafter believe in nothing. They then become capable of believing anything." Now, I know why all these lies exist, and in many cases thrive. John chapter 3, verse 19 to 20 makes it clear. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. And I know who it is that is at the center of all those lies. The Lord Jesus Christ revealed that to all when he was dealing with the unbelieving Pharisees in John chapter 8 and verse 44. "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar, and the father of it." Dear viewers, know what time it is. The Bible warns us that in these last days, evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Oh, we're there. My wife and I will watch or read something in the news and marvel sometimes at the evil that just passes as normal to the general public. Oh, dear viewers, don't be deceived. Know the time, and know that time that's coming very soon. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 8 to 12. "And then shall that wicked, the Antichrist, be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness." And with that, dear viewers, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace.